need.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdullah Marketing Wala, and today we are again with ChatGPT on the topic of how to set boundaries in relationships and stay true to yourself. Thank you so much ChatGPT for joining me today, and today our topic is how to set boundaries in relationships and stay true to yourself. Are you ready?
Absolutely. I'm ready and excited to dive into that topic. Setting boundaries is so important, and I'm happy to explore it with you. Let's get started whenever you're ready.
Okay, start with you first. You can explain how to set boundaries in relationships and stay true to yourself. Then I will ask you questions.
That sounds great. So, setting boundaries in relationships essentially means defining what is acceptable and what isn't so that you can protect your own well being and maintain healthy dynamics. It starts with self awareness, understanding your own needs, values, and limits. Once you're clear on those, it's important to communicate them openly and assertively without feeling guilty. It's also key to be consistent and to respect others' boundaries as well. Ultimately, staying true to yourself means honoring those boundaries and being willing to make tough decisions if needed. It's definitely a journey of balance and growth. Feel free to dive in with any questions you have.
Yes, my first question is, what are some signs that a person needs to set stronger boundaries?
That's a great question. Some common signs include feeling drained or overwhelmed after interactions, noticing that your own needs and feelings are consistently overlooked, or feeling guilty or anxious when you try to say no. Another sign can be a pattern of feeling taken advantage of or having your boundaries consistently ignored. If you notice these patterns, it's definitely a signal that stronger boundaries might be needed to protect your well being and maintain healthy relationships.
Okay, my next question is, why do you think people often guilty or afraid when setting boundaries?
That's a really insightful question. Often people feel guilty or afraid when setting boundaries because they worry about disappointing others or damaging the relationship. There can also be a fear of conflict or rejection. And sometimes there's a deep rooted belief that putting oneself first is selfish. Additionally, cultural or social norms can play a role, making it feel like setting boundaries is somehow wrong. Overcoming these feelings often involves building self awareness and self compassion and understanding that healthy boundaries ultimately benefit everyone involved.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question is, how can someone clearly communicate their boundaries without hurting others?
That's a great question. One effective approach is to use clear, assertive, and respectful language. For example, using I statements like I feel or I need can help convey your perspective without sounding accusatory. It's also helpful to be direct but gentle and to explain the reasons behind your boundaries so the other person understands where you're coming from. Additionally, being empathetic and acknowledging the other person's feelings can help soften the conversation. Ultimately, the goal is to be honest and kind, maintaining respect for both yourself and the other person.
Okay, what is the difference between selfishness and self-respect when it comes to boundaries?
That's a really important distinction. Selfishness usually means prioritizing your own needs at the expense of others, often without regard for their feelings or well being. On the other hand, self respect is about valuing yourself, recognizing your own needs, and setting healthy boundaries to protect your well being. Essentially, self respect is about maintaining balance and honoring yourself while also considering others. Boundaries set from a place of self respect are healthy and respectful, whereas selfishness can lead to imbalance and hurt. Ultimately, it's about finding that healthy middle ground.
Okay, my next question is how can someone recognize when their boundaries are being crossed?
That's a really important question. Some signs that boundaries are being crossed include feeling uncomfortable, resentful, or drained after interactions. You might also notice that you're constantly compromising your own needs or feeling like your concerns are ignored. Another indicator is if you feel anxious or stressed when certain people are around, or if you notice that your own limits are consistently dismissed. Paying attention to these feelings and being mindful of your emotional responses can help you recognize when it's time to reinforce your boundaries.
Okay, my next question is what role does self awareness play in creating healthy limits in relationships?
Self awareness is absolutely foundational when it comes to setting healthy limits. It helps you understand your own needs, values, and triggers so you can identify where your boundaries should be. When you're self aware, you're better equipped to communicate your limits clearly and confidently. And you're also more likely to recognize when your boundaries are being tested. This self knowledge also allows you to be more empathetic and compassionate, both towards yourself and others, leading to more balanced and respectful relationships.
Okay, my
Ultimately,
next question is how can setting boundaries help a person stay true to their values and identify?
that's a great question. Setting boundaries helps you stay true to your values by clearly defining what is important to you and what you're comfortable with. When you establish these limits, you're essentially protecting your own integrity and ensuring that your actions align with your beliefs. This clarity helps you make decisions that reflect who you truly are, and it also builds self respect and confidence. In turn, this helps you attract and nurture relationships that are genuine and aligned with your identity. Overall, boundaries are a powerful tool for self empowerment and authenticity.
Okay, how should someone respond when others do not respect with their boundaries?
That's a really important aspect. When others don't respect your boundaries, it's helpful to calmly and assertively reaffirm them. You can communicate the boundary again and let the person know how their behavior affects you. It's also important to be consistent and firm, and if necessary, to set consequences if the boundary is not respected. Additionally, it's important to prioritize your own well being, which might mean limiting or even stepping back from the relationship if the boundaries continue to be ignored. Ultimately, it's about protecting your own mental and emotional health, and sometimes that means making tough decisions.
Okay, my final and last question is what advice would you give to someone who wants to start setting boundaries but does not know where to begin?
That's a great question to wrap up with. I'd suggest starting small and being clear about your own needs and values first. Take some time to reflect on what makes you feel comfortable and what doesn't. Then begin by setting boundaries in less challenging situations to build your confidence. It's also helpful to communicate openly and kindly and to remember that it's okay to say no. Over time, as you practice, you'll get more comfortable and confident. And always remember to be patient and compassionate with yourself along the way.
Okay, thank you so much ChatGPT for joining me today and I am very learned from this video and I hope all viewers are watching to learn this video. Thank you so much guys for watching this video and thank you so much ChatGPT for joining me.
You're very welcome. I'm so glad you found it helpful, and I really enjoyed chatting with you. Thanks so much for having me. And I hope everyone watching gained some valuable insights as well. Feel free to reach out anytime, and I look forward to our next conversation. Take care and see you next time.
You're very welcome and take care yourself guys. Allah Hafiz.